Today I want to show you some of the features within the DoshBot. We've just ran it today, which was the 20th of October, and this is on the default settings which are supplied with the bot. We've made, from a £10 fixed rate, we've made £20.96 after commission, paying £1.10 commission. Racing's completed now, and the bot has stopped after it made its 1.5 points. You can have the bot display currency or points, so it's made 2.1 points today. It stopped after the second race after it made its profit. 2.1 points. Once racing has finished, you'll see this button. This button will become enabled, called What If, which will allow you to alter the settings and see how adjusting the settings affects what the bot would have done for a day. One of the most common questions I get is, well, why do we have stops? Why does the bot stop after 1.5 points? I've found this to be the best way of making a nice, smooth profit graph. For example, we can press What If, and this will allow us to change the settings. If I take the profit stop off for today, then the bot will just run every race. And this is the profit graph. We've got up to 7.54 points. We had a bit of a nasty loss in the 1750. Lost 5.05 points. Made it back a little bit by the end of racing. So, why don't we leave this unchecked? Well, this is the profit graph using stops. As you can see, it's a nice upward trend with the odd losing day. We've had a bit of a cluster of losing days in the last few days. But if I show you this graph, when we didn't have stops on, then it would look like this. As you can see, today was a good day, which is on the end here, 5.72. But as you can see, the graph is not particularly smooth. On bad days, we've still currently got the loss stop in there at 16 points. I'll just take that out to show you. Again, it's made 104 points over, just averaging just under 0.7 points a day. So we'll put the stops back on again, and as you can see, it's smoothed it right out, and we're up to 260 points. So I would leave the stops in personally. Entirely up to you what you do, but that's just my opinion. I've tried to make these default settings. Whenever you alter a setting, you'll get this star next to it to show that you've altered it and haven't saved it. You can't overwrite the default settings. We have quite a few different settings on here, but you can save it under a different name. So we'll just put the profit stop back in again to get that nice smooth profit graph. I've tried to make the default settings as generic as possible. I've not tweaked they could be tweaked for improving the profit, but to be honest with you, it's more like backfitting than tweaking. I can set these settings up to make absolutely fantastic profits, but you'll find that when you're running it live, that it was so backfitted that you'll start to lose money. So just be very, very aware. When I'm setting up percentages up and things like that, if I want to make sure it's different, I just set it to 0.1%, which I've done in these cases. The odds ranges are nice fixed numbers. Not a great deal of tweaking, a bit of logic's gone into it. So I think the default settings are a good base. People can try out different strategies. If you go about adjusting things, just take the stops off to show. If you want to have a play, say if you want in the max layer to go up to 22 or 20 or 30, you would see the effect of altering that on the graph, and you'll notice the default settings are going star again. So I'll put it back, I'll just revert that back to what it was. So it is a backfitted stream, so you've got to be extremely careful when you do adjust things that you aren't backfitting the figures. I'll give you an example of just altering the boost values on this graph, and this is running in what's called a backtesting mode when you've got all the data. So if I just move the boost down, so that's at 14% boost, 13% boost, 12%, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So as you can see, the 14% boost, and the boost value is basically so it compare the bookmaker's book price against Betfair prices, because Betfair prices tend to have a much smaller book value or book overround against Betfair. So the boost is used to get the prices comparable. We found that 14% is a pretty good boost value. So to sum up, I would say be careful adjusting settings if you don't have the back data. Now then, your basic bot subscription is £65. If you want to collect your own data, I mean, this will allow what if on a single. If you're just paying £65, this will allow the what if data for a single after the racing's finished, but it won't save it. Betfair have a stipulation that if you save Betfair data, then you've got to pay what's called a historic license fee. We negotiated this fee to be £10 a month with Betfair, and that money is paid directly to Betfair. We charge 11, which is just to cover the PayPal commission, and then if you pay the £11 subscription, this will allow your data to be saved, and you can then use what if over a number of days. And here we have 152 days worth of data that we can play around with, adjust and tweak. But don't try adjusting and tweaking if you don't have the data, or you don't have much data, because you're playing blind. I've tried to make the defaults a nice upwards profit curve, and obviously as we get more and more data, then the defaults may be tweaked at a later date to improve profit. But we're just moving it in the national hunt season now, so we don't have the data. There was summer national hunt, but it's not the national hunt main season, and it's just starting, so that's an unknown for us at the moment, so we'll just have to wait and see what happens.